This is lesson 3.9 vocabulary for signing naturally. First, remember that the signs for man and woman have a history to them. They come from hats. So man up at the top of the head, where a hat or a cap was usually worn, and women, female signs, down near the chin where a bonnet was tied. If you remember that history, many of today's signs will be a lot easier to remember. And from my perspective, they're kind of twofers because they're the same sign, just in a different location. All right, so the first sign that we're going to learn today is alone. So this sign is a one hand shape, and I'm trying to think of how to, it dips, I guess I would call it. You just switch your palm orientation. So you start with your palm out and you turn with the palm in. Now alone is directional. So if that guy over there is alone, you can do it that way. If I live alone, I would do it this way, alone. Let's see, so, or mother is a 5-hand shape, and you just tap your thumb on your chin, mother or mom. Father is the same with a different location. So that's father. Parents is signed by simply putting those two signs together. Mom and dad, that's how we say parents usually, right? You can either do it this way, or you can do it this way. The next sign is the sign for son. Now, this is the background of the sign is that it's a compound sign. Son, in the olden days, it used to be signed boy, which we'll learn in just a second, boy, baby. All right. So that boy, baby has now been shortened to kind of it's not really a B. You can leave your thumb out, but you touch your forehead with your first finger and then come down to that baby. So that's son, son. And you'll relax your shoulders for that, son. Daughter is exactly the same, only starts in a different location. That sign comes from girl baby, but isn't signed that way so much anymore. Same thing, touch your first finger to your chin, daughter. The next sign is a sign for married. So you want to, well, I guess they're C's. They're C's, but get your thumb out of the way. How about that? All right, and then you have your non-dominant hand will have your palm facing up. Your dominant hand will have your palm facing down. Your dominant hand will do the moving. You do a little circle and down. That's marry or married or marriage. Husband and wife are compound signs, like son and daughter were. So husband comes from man, marry, and wife comes from woman, marry. All right. So instead of doing man, marry, it's a compound sign. The signs become one. Okay. So you start with the way you start for man. All right. But instead of finishing man, you finish with marry. Okay. Husband. Wife is exactly the same, only start with the female sign or the female location. So that's wife. Woman, marry. So you don't finish woman and you don't do all of marry, you just put them together. Wife. And that's a compound sign in ASL where you get rid of some of the movements and things change around a little bit. All right, family. Do you remember class? Do you remember group? Well, a family is also a group of people. So you start with two F hand shapes, have your thumbs touching, and then you're going to bring them around, make that circle again so your pinkies touch. Ready? Family. Child. Do you remember grow up? You just don't move it. You just bounce it. So it's a flat hand shape that's kind of bent a little bit. child. Children, if you can imagine one of those old-fashioned pictures where there are 6 kids all standing in line from tallest to shortest, that is children. So think of those kids standing in line and you pat each one of their heads, okay? Children. Brother and sister have a similar history to son and daughter. So brother comes from, originally, it used to be signed boy, same, and sister was signed girl, same. So it has changed a little bit. So you know this is the sign for same, but this is also one way of signing same. However, that has been, I don't know if I say shortened, but maybe simplified to come this way because it blends into the rest of the sign a little bit better. All right, so brother, you start with an L on your forehead and you bring it down. It comes from same, but now it's this way. Okay, so brother. You don't have to close this thumb as you come down. If you don't want to, you can just come straight down. That's fine. Brother. I've also seen it signed, not very often, but I have brother that way. Brother. So I usually see it this way. Brother. Same thing with sister, only a different location. So you start here, sister, sister, or sister, sister. Siblings, kind of like parents. Our parents are mom and dad. Siblings are brothers and sisters. So if you want to say siblings, you just sign brother, sister. You could do sister, brother too. All right, twins is a 2 hand shape. You touch one side of your chin and then the other one, like by your mouth, by your mouth. Twins. There's a little bit of a downward movement there too. Twins. Boy and girl both come from hats. So you will see that in boy easily. Boy, like a baseball cap, right? Boy. It can be signed also. Either one. Then girl is a thumb, it's not an A, it's a thumb out. And you come along your jawline where that bonnet strap would be. Girl. All right, it's very important that it's just your thumb touching because there are a couple of other signs right in there that have a similar hand shape and movement that are like every day. You don't want to do that. Girl, thumb only, okay? So the next word is a sign for step. So this, avoid transfer error here, this is step like step parents or step siblings. This is not to step in or to take a step or something. This step literally means second. So if you have a step mom, it would be your second mom is how it's signed in ASL. So you want an L hand shape and you start with your palm out and then you turn it towards you. Second step. So if you want to say step brother, you would do, right? Step. Friend is the next sign. You want 2 number 1 hand shapes and you are going to touch the insides of your fingers together, okay? Touch, touch. Friend. Sometimes people hook friend. That just seems like too much work to me, so I just do it this way. But some people do sign it this way. I see this mostly, I think. All right, girlfriend and boyfriend are compound signs, so you just put the 2 together. Girlfriend, boyfriend. And again, you get rid of the extra movements. You don't do girlfriend, you just do girlfriend, 1 movement. Same with boy, you don't do boy, you just do boyfriend, 1 movement. All right, person can be signed 2 ways. The first one is exactly the same as the agent suffix. So when you do like teacher, remember the agent suffix? That is how you sign person. Person. You may also sign it with 2 P hand shapes using the same motion if you want. Person. People is with 2 P hand shapes, and instead of coming straight down like we did before, you do little circles. People. Roommate. This sign literally means match. So any matching relationship is also signed this way, like partner, teammate, or something like that. Other partners, like romantic partners or business partners, are signed differently. You can see the dictionary at lifeprint.com for some other ways of conveying the English word partner. But for now, we are just going to learn sort of the basic one, not the romantic partner, not the business partner, just roommate, teammate kind of idea. So it's 2 5 hand shapes, palms facing you, and you just come together. You can see how that means match, right? You fit together. Partner, teammate, roommate. Pet, you want an S hand shape on your non-dominant hand with your palm facing down. Your dominant hand will be a flat hand shape, and you are going to pet your hand. Pet. Animal, 2 flat hand shapes, bent in half a little bit. Fingers touching your pecs. All right. Animal comes in and out. The movement is in and out. All right. So this is where it gets tricky. Have, one movement. Animal, back and forth. So it's in towards your hands, out away from your hands, in, out. And remember, tired is close to that as well, but it falls down and you droop and you look tired. Okay, animal. Dog, we did before. There's 4 ways to do dog, you remember. Cat starts with an open F hand shape and ends with an F near where whiskers would be, right? Cat. I have seen cat with 2 hands as well. Fish, on your non-dominant hand, you want to do a one hand shape and point to your wrist on your dominant hand. And then you just wiggle like a fish. Fish. Turtle. This is a cute sign. Ready? So do you remember hide? It's almost exactly like that. You start this way, okay? Dominant hand is an A because it'll do the moving, even though it's very small movement. And then you have just like a cup hand shape. All right, so you start this way, and then you're going to wiggle the little turtle head. And that's turtle. Rabbit. You want 2 U hand shapes, palms facing you, cross and connect at your wrist, and then wiggle the little bunny ears. Okay, so that's rabbit. Bird is just like the sign for 20, only it's at your mouth because it's a little beak. Bird. Rat is an R hand shape, and you like tap, I guess, your nose, brush, that's it, brush your nose. Rat. And again, if you don't have a step brother or a rabbit or any of these things that are on this list, then you would sign have 0 or just don't have. And that is vocabulary list for the vocabulary list for lesson 3.9.